Whew. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. It's week number 9 of the NFL season. Cowboys, we're off. We are 6-2. And the reason I say 6-2, that I love that 6-2. I remember Adam Rank. Adam Rank was going through, one of the experts out there, and he was going through our schedule, and he had us 3-6 through our first 9 games. 3-6. When Dak Prescott went down, everybody said our season was over. In fact, before Dak went down, they said we didn't have any talent on our team and that we screwed up by Lyle Collins, Connor Williams, Ceedee, Amari Cooper, Cedric Wilson, and Randy Gregory, that we screwed up letting those players go and how bad it was going to be. And now, of course, those same people that said we screwed up everything are telling us that we screwed up by not getting Brandon Cooks. Well, I don't blame the Cowboys for not spending a second and a fourth and $18 million for Brandon Cooks. Not going to be mad at him. Not going to be mad at him. I wouldn't have spent that kind of money for him. You would look like an idiot had you done that, having let go Amari Cooper. So tonight, I will say at least it was a competitive game for Thursday Night Football. There was definitely a lot more scoring than what you thought. I thought going in here, this was the Christians and the Lions, or the Lions are just going out to dinner. They just literally just destroyed them. But I'm going to be honest with you. I can't wait to see what they say about the Eagles, because the Eagles did not have a great game. I know it was a short week. But last week, the Cowboys, we won, 49-24 or 23? I can't remember what the final score was. But we scored 49 points, and they talked about how bad our run-stopping defense was and how bad we played against the Bears. Now, mind you, the Bears had 2 weeks before where they had rushed for over 200 yards each of those games. They just did. They've been doing some damage on the ground. And Justin Fields had been doing some good stuff. I mean, they went to New England and beat New England in New England, which is something that's hard to do, even when New England's bad. So the Eagles go on the road here, going against David Mills, who can't run like Justin Fields can, who Brandon Cooks basically is, screw you guys, I'm not playing for you. Their 2 top wide receivers aren't even in the game. And until David Mills threw that interception, that cheap interception that gave the Eagles a cheap score, that game was tight. It was 14-14 at the half. The Eagle fan base, they didn't show up till the fourth quarter. They just didn't. Not much not till the coast was clear. And I'm going to say, they ran the hell out of the football against the Eagles. Here's the thing. Football, as much as everybody's been on their back, talking about how, oh man, you Eagles, let's pat you on the back. You guys are incredible. Best team in football. Didn't look like it tonight to me. And if you're playing against the Texans, who literally are the worst team in football, 1-5-1 in a division that's not good, you played against them. Are you going to tell me that team would have beat Buffalo? that played tonight, are you going to tell me that that team would have beat Kansas City? Are you going to tell me that that team would have beat the Cowboys with Dak Prescott tonight? I don't think so. Are you going to tell me that that team beats the New York Giants? Because I got to be honest with you. The Eagles always have trouble with the New York stinking Giants, even when they're stinking. Even when they're stinking. So, to me, the Eagles don't have this invincibility that everybody keeps talking about. That team can be beat too. That team can definitely be beat. And here's the thing about the Eagles. Two things about the Eagles. They're not good at covering screens. And they're not good at stopping the run. You saw Swift from the Lions against them. You saw what he did. You saw what happened tonight with the Texans. That's their Achilles heel as well. Now, I don't have room to talk with the way the Bears ran against us, but, you know, at least the Bears had a few wins under the belts. The Texans, there's no excuse on that one. But, hey, you know, Eagles, enjoy the victory. Enjoy the victory. The other part of this was, like I said, this was a better game than some of those ones. If they never put Russell Wilson and Denver back on in prime time, I'm okay with that. Because the Thursday night games have not been good this year. In fact, some of the Sunday games have not been good. I'd say actually the quality of football in general this year is not as good. And I think that's partially because what's happened as far as practice and preseason and OTAs and stuff, because they've cut down so many of the practices. Teams are not precise, well-run machines anymore like they used to be. Used to be you had enough practice time that, you know, literally everybody was on the same page. Now it's kind of like weekend football. You know, like when we play flag football. You know, we might have a practice once or twice in, but we're basically showing up on Saturday for weekend football, and, you know, we got missed assignments. The other part of this is Amazon Prime. You know, Amazon has been bought a lemon. It's not the best football that's out there. And they're doing their best to dress it up and trying to develop new fans. And I give them complete credit for it, because some of the stuff that they're doing is actually really, really good. And when Michael last night told me about Dak Prescott and Ceedee Lamb are going to be on an alternate broadcast with Dude Perfect, and I was like, who? I'll be honest with you. I don't have time to watch a lot of YouTube. So I didn't know who Dude Perfect is, but, you know, looking at Dude Perfect, they got like, I don't know, 50 million followers or something like that. Looking at some of their videos that have like, you know, 300 million views and stuff on there. They're big. They're huge. It's a different audience. And so what I thought we were getting was, we have the regular telecast and stuff. Now we got a telecast. We're going to have Dak Prescott and Ceedee Lamb, like in the booth with this Dude Perfect. I didn't know what Dude Perfect was. I didn't know Dude Perfect is like 7 guys that are there. I guess when you combine them, all their skills, they're perfect together. I guess that's what it is. So that's what I thought we were going to get. And I was like, oh man, maybe this is an opportunity for Dak Prescott to, you know, start getting himself ready to be in the booth. I don't know what the hell it was that we watched. It started out, you got like Ceedee and Dak sitting like on top of a dunk tank and throwing some darts. And then they come out to start the second half. They got a big thing of Dude Perfect and a little thing of the football game. And I'm like, what's going on? And it's like, I don't see Dak and Ceedee. So about 2 minutes in, they finally come out, and, you know, they're on like a basketball court, and they're doing 3-point shots and throwing a football down the other side. And I'm sitting there thinking in my mind, why do we have Dak Prescott in a gym throwing shooting hoops and throwing a football? I remember in high school, we had one of our linebackers was playing basketball and he tore his knee up. And I remember Coach Sell going off. You know, what the hell are you doing playing weekend basketball and getting hurt? But I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep an open mind on this thing. So they go through and everybody's throwing, 3-point shots and then throwing the football and then, top of the key. And I'm just like, what are we watching? And I'm trying to watch the game. And then after they did all that, or they would kind of stop and then they would, it's a field goal attempt. They'd all kind of stop and look at the TV. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And I think they did a poll, because here's what I think happens. I mean, quite frankly, it was probably more of, because being a football fan, I want to see Dak and I want to see football. That's what I want to see. I want to get Dak's opinion of the Eagles while I'm watching the game. I don't want to watch this game in a screen this big, and here I got them shooting hoops in the pictures this big. And Dak Prescott and Ceedee looked about as uncomfortable as they could be. They literally looked like, why are we here? And then they have this poll that comes up, because I'm betting the fans of Dude Perfect are sitting here looking and saying, why are we wasting our time with football and these guys? Because I think, and I could be wrong, I thought they did a poll. They said, should we keep the Cowboys for the fourth quarter? And I think there were less people that said yes than said no. But they did come down and sit down. It got to the point where I was like, I can't watch this. I literally can't watch this. And it's like, you guys know how big a fan I am of Dak Prescott, but, and this may work for other audiences to try and get them into football. It didn't work for me being an old guy that wants to see football. I don't want to see you throwing darts on top of a basketball. I just don't. I mean, and literally, they all sit down to supposedly watch the game, and then they have to throw darts at a balloon. When the balloon pops, they got a card with something you have to do. And they literally took an office chair, and they put a guy in there, and they have to spin him around until he gets dizzy. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Again, maybe that works for some people and they enjoyed it, but being an old guy didn't do it for me. The Nickelodeon telecast, that was actually kind of cool because, you got the slime and stuff and the graphics and all that stuff, but you at least see the game. But yeah, that was one of those ones where, you got all excited for something that you thought it was going to be, and it was kind of bait and switch. But hey, a lot of times we throw shit at the wall to see what sticks. That one, for me, didn't stick at all. So, week number 9's here. Cowboys are on the bye week, so we don't have Cowboys on Sunday. No big sub this week. No big sub. We'll still live stream on Sunday and stuff, watching the games and things. We'll see the Commanders against the Green Bay Packers. And it's the Packers? Wait, did they play the Packers? I got to check. I'm having a brain fart. That telecast just blew my mind. Anyway, as always, I want to say thank you for watching the Joe Boo Sports Report, being part of everything that I do. And we got a lot of stuff done on the Red Brick House. I'll be posting some more videos of what we did this past week tomorrow and things. And definitely check it out. I'm actually going to start working on getting the house on the National Registry as a historic house. And a video that I will post tomorrow will explain to you all the history that's going on in this place. And it's literally a gold mine of information and things that happened It's just amazing. And the fact that it's still here still amazes me, because when that place was built, there are only 23 states in the United States. Yeah. Texas wasn't one of them. That's how old that place is. Yeah. All right, good people. Remember to tell the ones you love that you love them, because you might not get the chance again. And you know I love you guys. Whew. And God willing, I'll see you tomorrow.